Welcome to the Blue Aces podcast. It's the name of my company, where we'll explore how AI is reshaping industries and accelerating innovation. I'm your host, Jack Bedick, and today I'm joined by Laura Garcia, who is the CEO and founder at Relianoid. So welcome.
Thank you, Jack. It's a pleasure
Perfect.
for me.
Yeah, thank you. So Laura, if you wouldn't mind just starting out and telling us a little bit of background about yourself and the journey that led you to hopping on the podcast today.
Sure. Well, I'm CEO, founder, a main engineer at Relianoid. I have more than 15 years in cybersecurity.
Awesome.
Mainly, I'm open source developer and contributor during a bunch of years now. And I have been member of Women in Digital, Women in Cybersecurity, among others organizations. And basically, I'm focused on research and development in terms of cybersecurity. And that's why we founded Relianoid, because we are very obsessed of getting systems to be reliable and more secure.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And with 15 years in the industry, I think I've been in cybersecurity for probably about 4+ now, and kind of SaaS and technology for another 5, 6. So you definitely have a lot more experience than I do, and I'm sure you've seen some things. But yeah, it's funny just how everything is kind of progressing these days, and how technology is just growing exponentially and advancing exponentially. So that's what we can kind of dive into here. So first question for you, and again, more just focus on trends of the industry. But if I ask you to zoom out and look at the cybersecurity landscape from kind of a wider perspective, are there any major shifts or trends that you see lately that are shaping the future of the industry?
Well, globally, I see that cybersecurity is getting more importance, hopefully, in every organization. And I believe that it comes very late, I think, because still not all the organizations and small or big organizations, but also administrations, government administrations, didn't put enough resources for security. Several years ago, we found that organizations believe that just having a department of security would be enough in order to provide secure landscape within any organization. But we have learned over the time that that was wrong, because we have to shape security as a culture inside any organization, because every person in a team or in department should integrate in their daily job at least the knowledge of the risks and the patterns and the basic training to leverage this security within the organization.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's funny that you mentioned that, and that probably will just lead me into another series of questions for you. But yeah, a lot of people I've talked to kind of on the podcast already have mentioned, hey, how important it is, and kind of the lack of education, I think, for a lot of businesses, either because it's new, or they think, hey, maybe we haven't been hit before, so why are we gonna be hit with a cyber attack in the future, and feel like, hey, we're comfortable with what we're already doing. But I think it also is important to make sure kind of the entire business is on the same page, and that it does include all of the individuals, all the employees, all the security measures and best practices that they implement. And again, working in cybersecurity, I can tell you from again, maybe 4 years ago to now, the amount of, stronger passwords and multi-factor authentication, and I would say even like skepticism behind emails that I get has been, just multiplied, multiple times over. Just because, hey, I'm aware of like how now attackers are trying to, again, get information or extract information from individuals, employees, businesses. So yeah, it's again just I'm kind of smiling over here because yeah, I've heard it multiple times now, and only had like a handful of episodes on the podcast. So I appreciate you kind of confirming that for me.
Yes,
Yeah, go
yes,
ahead.
yes. I think it's a very, let's say, very vertical, let's say, knowledge that we have been acquired over the years. I
Hmm.
believe that, of course, the training is a part within the cybersecurity. It's very important, and all the talks on all the organizations put this importance in the training. But also, it's important to have this training, like to leverage the knowledge.
Hmm.
As far as I test in every organization I have been working on,
Hmm.
it's not just to have a training like once a year. That's not working. Uh, but if you give like shots of knowledge, um, it should be short, not very extensive, short knowledge about, uh, for example, some scenarios or base or use cases learning, or reports that other people have studied because they experienced some cases. So this is more useful in terms of training than 1 year training per
Yeah,
department.
kind
I
of just
believe.
recycle it. And I also feel like that it's a great point just because of how fast things change and what might be more prevalent, now versus a year from now could be completely different. And if you're only doing it once a year, there's that whole kind of 12 months in between that, hey, new vectors, new ways to, infiltrate a business, new things people need to be aware of will come about. And so, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Um, I guess yeah. Just one more question on kind of, hey, the industry as a whole. But if I asked you, 5 years from now, let's say, hey, we hop on another podcast, we're having another conversation. What do you feel like would be completely different in the cybersecurity space, and anything I guess that you also feel like, hey, might be pretty similar?
Do you mean 5 year and for now?
Yeah, so like 5 years in the future,
In the
let's say,
future. Okay.
yeah, what do you think cybersecurity or what parts of it would look the same and what parts might look completely different?
Yes. Well, we have several challenges here to 5 years. One of them is, of course, the AI, because it's
Hmm.
advancing very, very quickly, more quickly than I uh, I think that the social, in general, sociality is ready.
Hmm.
The deep fakes, uh, where people are like talking like you, and it looks like you, and it's growing and it's improving every day. So this is a real risk uh, that we are going to face. Probably some we are going to see some proliferation of certificators of your image, your voice,
Hmm.
your identity, right? And also in the legal part, also we are going to see some challenges because all these um, new risks have to be protected legally. So this is like a big change that we are looking forward to the new changes.
Yeah.
Also,
I,
yeah,
I think it's funny of just it's definitely very exciting, and I think as kind of just a normal person, the amount of like efficiency and speed of processes that you can gain through using AI. Again, whether it's as simple as like taking notes on a meeting so you don't have to scribble them down while somebody's talking, creating videos, content, like all that. But it's also obviously like very scary to the point where hey, it's like if I'm somebody recorded this call and wanted to like upload that video, I don't haven't used one of these tools before, but where they could upload like my name, you're right, like my voice, my image, my likeness, my mannerisms, and then recreate like a totally new video for something that I've never said or done before. Yeah, obviously very scary, and I, at least personally, like I don't feel like laws and legislation as a whole are like will be done fast enough to keep up with it. And so, yeah, I think that's definitely another challenge. Just that will, I'm sure, come about in some way.
yes. Also, another topic, another hot topic that technically we have in the following years will be the quantum computing.
Hmm.
So we are preparing the post-quantum security at technical level, I mean. So this will be a real challenge because we are like fighting against high computers. So we have to be uh, very quick to adopt this kind of new technologies. There are some, let's say, prototypes, some techniques that we can use, and it's working very well. And more we are like general computing will adopt it to trying to protect against these high computers.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I
this
think
will be a
it's
challenge as well.
for sure. Yeah, I appreciate your perspective on hey, trying to be proactive as opposed to reactive, whether it's security itself or just preparing for the future. Because it's like, hey, once it's here, and then if you try to catch up, by the time I feel like you catch up, then something new will have come about. So again, yeah, I just again appreciate the perspective on that. Did want to dive into your business itself a little bit more. So just curious if you could tell me about Relianoid as a whole, what you do, and what problem you're solving for your potential customers.
Sure. At Relianoid, as I said, we are obsessed with reliability of systems. So we basically have we developed as an open source core load balancing system, but integrates so many pieces of cybersecurity. So basically, we can protect systems and applications, networking level, application level. We have a proxy with web application firewall, with multi-factor authentication, and we can implement several layers of cybersecurity in our solution. So in one single solution, we have all the pieces that we can integrate in order to protect the system.
Very cool. Yeah, I feel like that's helpful, especially hey, maybe for like smaller companies. I'm not sure what your exact market is, or maybe hey, it's multiple different types of businesses and different sizes of business. But yeah, I feel like a lot of them, hey, maybe they even don't don't have the budget to implement multiple tools and multiple systems. So the fact that yeah, you guys are kind of like an all in one, I think is probably helpful for a lot of people.
Yes, for sure,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, go ahead if you have anything more.
Yes, well, we work with very broadly markets and industries, from governments and public administrations, healthcare, finance. So we have a very broad perspective of the needs in terms of cybersecurity and compliances.
Gotcha.
Not only like generic cybersecurity compliances, but also every industry has its own. So it's a very huge task to get all these compliances to be like aligned with all of them. So yes, it's a very multi-purpose solution that we try to develop and to make it easy as well, because if you have very powerful tool but it's very hard to utilize or to use, it's like you have nothing, right? If you
Yes.
have a Ferrari and you don't have, do you know how to drive it, then you have nothing, right? So it's the very same. It's very similar.
Sure. Yeah,
So
I love the example, honestly.
yeah,
Because yeah, I do think of some like, hey, maybe larger companies that, hey, from like purchase to onboarding and completion of onboarding, like some people that might take like 9 months to a year, and yeah, you just might be losing a lot of value, or also it's just a frustration for how long it takes for something to actually get up and running. So yeah, I think that's a very good point, and yeah, appreciate you bringing that up. I was curious if you have any real world examples of customers you've helped, how you've helped them maybe achieve like a meaningful result or protect their environment in some way.
yes, for sure. For example, we have been working with, for example, a public administration that it uses mostly all the components that we have developed in Relianoid. It uses, for example, layer 4 load balancing, or layer 7 load balancing for several services, kind of services. They have a cluster system, so they deploy several instances of Relianoid. So if one gets down, then the other one could take all the services and connections in real time. So if the clients connecting to the services didn't notice that the system has failover. So it's
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. That's, if I have a tool that I didn't notice, hey, part of it went down and you had kind of a backup in place to make it seamless. I think that would be the goal. So you're, yeah, disrupting business as little as possible or not at all would be probably the best case. And yeah, sounds like I said, you guys are doing that.
yes. Also, they are utilizing the global service load balancing, which is DNS-based load balancing.
Okay.
It's very fast and it's very flexible because it's not very intrusive. It's like the load balancer acts as a DNS server, and it's load balancing all the services, internal or external, in several data centers. All the services and applications of this public administration.
Gotcha.
And also in every kind of load balancing services, they use some security components, of course, at networking layer, for example, like whitelist, denial list, and also denial of services rules, web application firewall, multi-factor authentication, which is being like mandatory in some governments.
Hmm. As it should
Education
be.
system.
Yeah. Just like an easy layer of security on top of everything that, again, I feel like now I use that in my personal life way more than I, ever used to. So again, easy thing to add on, but yeah, good thing to definitely implement.
Yes, and it's good because people gets normalized these kind of things, right? It's not like it's very painful, but it's normalized, so it's good. More and more
Yeah,
people is understanding that these kind of things are good for for security of all of us, right?
yeah. It's actually, yeah, very interesting that you say that, because I don't think I've ever thought about that. And that, yeah, MFA, like, I feel like I used to think of it as like, all right, it's a hassle. I got to go like open, my authenticator app and type in this code. And
Exactly.
yeah, now I've been doing it so long, it's like, all right, it's just like part of my login process. It's whatever, 15 seconds and I'm done. And yeah, I think probably whatever, whether it's people being stubborn or just, you know, having an aversion to
Mhm.
change. I think that probably plays a factor into it. But yeah, you're right. Like after a certain amount of time, it just becomes second nature.
Yes, that
Cool.
is right.
I was curious, yeah, more about your actual business and Relianoid, and what stage, would you say you guys are in right now, and for you, what does growth look like over the next 12 months or so?
Okay, we are growing very quickly. In fact, we are going to hire for the next year very heavily. Um,
Awesome.
so in every aspect, and in not only for the current services that we have, but we are planning new like new lines of solutions for our company. So we are going to hire very hard, and we hope that we are going to grow like 50%.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
yes, it's we have noticed that we need to invest in these new things that currently there are not too many like vendors that uh, like that uses all these aspects in terms of security, like compliances,
Gotcha.
like R&D, because only few vendors are really doing R&D in terms of cybersecurity. And also since the beginning, we have been working on open source, and we are continually contributing with open source. So yes, we are planning to grow very fast this next 12 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I was curious, yeah, are there any like particular, obviously as a whole, but are there any like growth channels that are working particularly well for you guys?
Sorry, say again.
Are there any like growth channels where you feel like, hey, it's there's a little bit more interest, any specific verticals that you feel like, hey, might be able to continue growth in, or anything that, hey, over historically over the last however long it's been, 6, 12, 18 months, that's like working particularly well for you?
Well, our current services are growing very stable, and we're trying to use to complement these services with on another services like AI, for example, because we have seen that currently AI is everywhere, but we realize that for organizations, they are using public AIs, and
Hmm.
they don't notice that these public AIs, they are sharing very precious information and very
Yeah,
sensitive
that's true.
information, right? And for the next step for AI, we are recommending to our clients to have their own platform, their own AI system where they can like leverage their knowledge, their collections of knowledge, and inside every department or every
Got
uh,
it.
teamwork, they can leverage this knowledge, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
And
in more of a privatized format within their own organization.
exactly. So this is going to be one of our main lines for next year. But also we are going to explore another, to integrate with several other technologies for high availability. And yes, we think that these are important areas to research and to develop, because we are going to see not only in Relianoid but in the whole market. It's going to grow very, very fast, and the technology is going to grow very, very fast as well.
Definitely. I was curious, kind of on the flip side now for you, what has been the toughest part of getting Relianoid into the hands of your ideal customers? And do you have any like particular bottlenecks around pipeline outreach, lead conversion? Again, more focused on the difficulties, I guess, that you've run into.
Yes, well, difficulties, all of them, but yes, but I think it's normal in every organization, in every company, and even more if it's a new project, right? Because you
Mhm.
have to earn your reputation, and you have to defend what you can do and what you are doing best. But also, I think it has been also very easy between, highlighted, because we have been like doing what we feel that it's correct,
Mhm.
what our values have like made our like base of our work, and until now it's working. Also, we have, of course, we work in searching new leads, new partners, technological partners as well. We are growing so fast with technological partners around the world. But also our community edition of our software is like our best portfolio of what we can do. And if you want more advances features, then you can jump to the enterprise edition.
Okay.
So
Well,
this has been our best, let's say, decision to grow the project, and has been working very, very well.
awesome. Well, yeah, it sounds like you have good problems to have
Yes, exactly.
getting this
Yes,
to
I
grow, and
don't
so
complain. I don't complain.
yeah, like how to sustain that, and yeah, best ways to adapt to that growth. So I think that is fantastic. One thing I like to ask everyone is, hypothetically, if you had a magic wand to fix one thing in your business right now, what is that thing that is either holding you back or slowing you down to get there? What would you use that wand to fix?
Oof, I would like to have more time to research and to develop new solutions. I believe that, in particular, myself, that I more fo- I have like one leg in every department mostly, but what I really love is to research and develop new things.
Awesome.
And I
Sounds like
will,
that's what you're passionate about.
yes, yes, really is. If not, I will not be here, of course.
Yeah,
I can assure you.
yeah.
And
No, that's great.
yes, I would love to have more time to dedicate to the research and development.
I guess just curious as like a follow up, what do you feel like you're spending too much time on right now that's holding you back from doing that?
Well, uh, probably, one of my passions is this research, but
Hmm.
also, I'm obsessed with providing the best quality of service to our clients. So I'm taking too much time, to have a very good delivery of the services.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
so
understandable because I feel like, especially like early on, you want to make everyone as happy as possible so that they're happy, they continue to stay with you. That also, I feel like, helps, say, just like word of mouth and referrals. And yeah, I think that does go a long way. So I understand your limitations there. It just seems like, hey, if you had three Lauras, then you'd be doing pretty well, but
yeah,
it's not the
it will be
case.
very good. Yes,
Awesome. Well,
probably in
only
the
just
future. Probably in the future. Who knows?
yeah, maybe we'll get there with AI.
Yes.
Just yeah, a couple more questions for you. Any advice, I guess, that you have about anybody integrating AI into their products, and for just early or small business owners starting a business today?
Well, in regards to AI, I think that before integrating to their solutions, firstly, to check out the privacy, and if the solution is going to work with sensitive information, then it should be like integrated very um, cautiously, and probably to, well, today there are a lot of more options of models and open source AI solutions that need to be like studied or analyzed before integrating any third-party AI solution. It's my point of view.
Yeah, I think that's fair, as opposed to people might think, hey, I spend enough money on something, then everything will be great, and in reality, that's just not the case. And it also, yeah, if you're looking to, hey, have like a secure environment, or if you're in the cybersecurity space and want to protect your data, then really any business,
Exactly.
I guess, then yeah, you want to make sure that you're doing it with the right people, the right businesses, the right services. So awesome.
Exactly.
Beyond that, I know people can go to Relianoid.com to check out your business. Is there any other places or methods that they can use to get in touch with you or your team?
Well, mainly the web page. Also, we have GitHub repositories if they want to check out our work.
Perfect.
And yes, we have also in every cloud marketplace the solution published. And yes, they can download for free, try it. If they like it, they can contact with us, and that's it.
Yeah, fantastic. I know you're on LinkedIn, I believe, as well, if they want to stalk you down there. But yes, Relianoid.com, and I'll drop that link in the kind of the comments when I do officially upload the podcast here. So